Now from KWWL, this is the Steele Report.
And right now, welcome back to this edition of the Steele Report for this week. And our topic right now has been going on for several years in the Cedar Valley. It's called Gift of Giving. Let's meet my three guests right now. First of all, please welcome to the program for the first time. This is Abby Webb, and Abby is an employee of Sidecar Coffee, but her main role we're talking about today is with the Cedar Valley Jaycees, and you are the president of the Cedar Valley Jaycees. Okay, so welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Also welcome to the show today, Nikki Werning. And Nikki is the family support worker for the Waterloo Community School District, and she's based over at West High School, and she is here to tell us about their involvement in this program. And my third guest today is Lee Zeitz. He's a retired University of Northern Iowa professor, and he's also president of the Cedar Falls Kiwanis Rough Risers chapter, which is based, obviously, in the Cedar Falls area. And we appreciate Lee taking the time to come in as part of the Gift of Giving that we're talking about here today. So welcome all three of you to the program. Abby, let's begin with you. The Jaycees have kind of been the major sponsor of this for many years. What's going on? What is exactly Gift of Giving?
Yeah, so Gift of Giving is something that we've been putting on since 2010, and it's where we take 100 elementary school age kids and we're teaching them the gift of giving instead of receiving. And so these kiddos come early in the morning to the UAW hall with lists ready that they made with their families, and then they are paired with a UNI athlete volunteer, and then we bus them to Blaine's Farm and Fleet, where they have typically $50 to spend on their family, and then we bring them back to the UAW hall, and while we're at Blaine's, we actually have a few that stay back and kind of flip with the Kiwanis to make it this magical gift wrapping station. The Kiwanis puts on a breakfast, and then at the end we actually surprise the kids with gifts for themselves, which is like one of the most magical parts, because not one kid I've ever heard complain about shopping for others, but they're just so excited and happy when they just see piles of toys for themselves too. So.
Well, that's fantastic. So Lee, as president of the Cedar Falls Kiwanis Rough Risers, because you get up really early in the morning, don't you?
6:30 in the morning.
6:30 for your chapter meetings. How long have you been involved in this? Why did you get involved?
Actually, we started out in 2010.
Same with the
very first year
okay.
we started, and we've been working with them ever since. Our responsibility is both financial and culinary. Financially, we help support the whole program, and then through culinary, we're in charge of breakfast, where we purchase, transport, cook up, and serve waffles and sausages and all, just great breakfasts.
So how it works is we have like a Google forum that we put online, and then families can sign up, and then we have just like waivers, so it's super easy to do. I go around to the community to make sure people know that this is happening. So basically they just sign their kids up. When they get there to drop their kids off, they just sign a simple waiver, and so that's kind of how we've always done it.
So earlier this week, you actually put this on live on the JC page about how to sign up, right?
Absolutely.
So why don't you explain that real quickly?
And so if you head to our JC's page, it should be top post right on there. It's a Google form where you just fill out the age of your child, the name. You can create a list for them. You don't have to do that right away, though. You can bring that when you come to the event, and then that's all you have to do. When you get to the UAW hall, we do have you sign a waiver. But I mean, that's all they need to sign up.
Okay, great. So I want to go back to Nikki real quickly. This time of year is supposed to be so joyous, but for a lot of families, this is a lot of pressure. And you, as a family support for the families of this community through the Waterloo Community School District, what do you see this time of year, and how much help do they really need?
Christmas is stressful for a lot of families, but we also see a lot of people with housing concerns and utility concerns as we go into a season where it's really cold. Kids are often helping their families. They're super grateful. I think teenagers sometimes get the short end of the stick as being teenagers, but for the most part have been super appreciative and excited about this. Some of them say, like, I don't need anything. So they just kind of get to be along for the ride.
Well, that's great, but you can also feel, as the type of work that you do, that they feel the pressure too, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They do. They want to make sure their younger siblings have a good Christmas and that things aren't stressful for their families. They don't worry about themselves as much as we might think.
So you added something this year after so many years? What's that all about then?
So it's a gift-a-giving tree. So last year at Single Speed, I just put up one single tree just to help buffer some of the schools that were needing to adopt children. But this year, I really wanted to reach an age where I feel like it's missed when it comes to holiday give-back programs, and that's the teens in our community. A lot of these kids are working to support their families. They're kind of in this gray area of being an adult yet being a kid, and so I really just wanted to put these trees around in the community so we can give back to the older kids too.
So what is your role in this as far as the giving tree?
Yeah, so I'm a family support worker at West High in Waterloo Schools, and Abby reached out to me earlier this season to talk about adding some teenagers' wishes to the list. There are lots of programs in our community. Some of them have different parameters, and so not all the time are teenagers included in giving trees. But Abby wanted to work together to adopt 200 kids from the Waterloo School District high school programs.
So where are these 7 trees going to be located, and what really is kind of the meaning behind this?
Yeah, so the 7 trees are going to be located. The first tree will be at Single Speed Waterloo, and so that will be the first tree. The other trees will be at all sidecars in Cedar Falls and Waterloo, including Mercy Hospital. And basically what the tree is it's whatever, the businesses make the tree their own, and then I make the tags from the names and the gifts that I've received, and then we hang the tags onto the trees. And then as patrons are coming to have dinner, buy their coffee, do some holiday shopping, the tree will be accessible to them. They can take one, they can take as many as they'd like to. And then we have it really simple where they can wrap it or they don't have to wrap it, and then they just bring back the tag back to the location they got it from. And then we have a spreadsheet. We have a very good system, and we just want to be really discreet for certain ages and people. So we have a system where we will get those to the counselors in the area to give them and make sure they get them for the holiday season.
So where do you get the money to make this happen? Who makes donations, and are you still looking for donations? Yeah.
Absolutely, we're always looking for donations. The Kiwanis are a big part of the money aspect when it comes to gift to giving. However, the JCs do a ton of stuff year round. We do the Waterloo Open every year, which is the largest and longest standing Iowa golf tournament there is. We have amateurs and pros. And then we also do in the summer Live to 9 in downtown Cedar Falls Plaza, where just about every Friday night we do local or bands in the plaza, and then we have beer tokens, and that's where we get a lot of that money to come back from.
Yeah. And Lee, what are you most proud of what your club's doing?
Well, I think an important thing for us to talk about also is how we raise our money. Because, you've probably all had some of our kettle corn, down in Sturgis Falls and that sort of thing. So we sell that, but also we have a great number of sponsors who actually contribute to us, and we sell about $15,000 worth of kettle corn every year, and then our sponsors provide another $15,000. And with that, we support this kind of program, the Boys and Girls Club. We go out and we build things. If you go to the YMCA, we built the big building in the back. If you go out to the soccer field, we built all the shelters out there. So we do a lot to support that, but we do it because we get the support from our sponsors.
So what's the best way if somebody's watching this program, they say, I would like to help out either with the gift of giving or make a donation or the tree, how do they do that? Is there, just go to the website of the JCs?
Yeah, so the JCs has active Facebook page. We also have an active email, P.O. box on our Facebook and website, so they can easily go ahead and fill it out there.
And Lee, same way with you, with the Cedar Falls Kiwanis.
Actually, no.
Rough
All the signing up would be through the JCs.
So you guys are partner, but you want to send everybody over to the JC.
And it makes more sense because it's all in one spot.
Okay, so we appreciate everything that you're doing as far as the Rough Risers, but you want everything to be handled through the JCs.
Yeah, that's just kind of like our role. Yep.
Okay, they go to the page, and we'll put it up on the screen here. You can take a look at it, and you can make a contact there. Okay.
I'd like to thank all of our sponsors. I don't want to name them individually because there's a lot of them, but what they do is they help us support the rest of the schools. We support the schools, we support kid programs, and so it's a very important way to make life in Cedar Valley better.
Okay, but you're going out to one particular business on December 7th, Blaine's, and obviously they play a big role in this, don't they?
Yes, they play a huge role in this. Not only do they kind of go out of the way to get us in there early in the morning so we don't have to worry about other customers shopping around, liability for the children, but they also donate every year just about $10,000 worth of toys, and that's the toys we surprise the kids with at the end of the day. And a really cool thing that we do is that with those extra donated toys, I go around personally to all the local schools that might need you know, last minute gifts, or if kids are new or siblings, and so I will literally go play Mrs. Claus and bring bags and bags of toys to these schools, and it has meant so much the last 4 years that I've done this to them and to the community, and I couldn't do it without them.
Well, we appreciate it. Gift of, I want to say gift of life. Maybe it is in some way. Gift of giving is coming around, and we really appreciate you taking the time. Make sure you check out the web page and the Facebook page of the Cedar Valley JCs, though, to find out more about this important program. We're going to wrap things up here in just a moment.